Hello, everyone, and welcome to GodSaw's Turnbuckle. And it is that time once again. It is time to do predictions. We have a pay-per-view coming up this Sunday. Matter of fact, I am filming this right after watching SmackDown, the SmackDown show on Friday night. And actually, I am also streaming this live over on my Twitch page, which is down in the description. It is Twitch underscore the, or not underscore, but // the GodSaw. And of course, we're going to be doing predictions for WWE Backlash. So let's get right on into it. The first match that we do have with this one is going to be Jeff Hardy going up against Sheamus. This match, for some people, could be a bit controversial because it's a little bit closer to home, a little bit more real life to it than most of your other matches, especially them playing off of Jeff's alcoholism, everything on that side. They've been playing up on that. For some people, it's they're just kind of enjoying the storyline because it's bringing in more real life stuff. It brings in a more personal side, which I do agree that's what they're doing with this particular one. Some other people, not so much in terms of liking this because, well, they feel like it hits a little too close to home. But, is what it is on that one. You did just get Jeff Hardy getting one up on Sheamus during the contract signing with this one, where they did do the old urine test segment that they did with Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon, and Shawn Michaels right before WrestleMania 22 back in 2006. They did redo that segment again to go along with it. With Jeff getting the upper hand on this particular one, this close to the show, I'm gonna kind of go with Sheamus on this. I feel like there has to be something for Jeff Hardy to get over. It's not, some kind of what is it? What's the particular word? Something where basically it's a hurdle for him to jump over in that sense. I guess in that sense of the word, or however you really want to put it, it's, he has to have some kind of adversity. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Adversity in his comeback. He hasn't had that so much. I mean, technically, he did not lose to get out of the Intercontinental title tournament. He to go along with it, he won his match back with Cesaro, so there needs to be some kind of adversity for Jeff Hardy at this point. So I'm going to go with Sheamus to go over in this match. Also, so far with these any of the matches with the show, they did not announce anything new on SmackDown as well, so nothing new to really go with that. No new matches to really say. There's 7 in total right now. I guess they could announce one or two more. Maybe they do announce a pre-show match. I don't know. We'll see how that all ends up playing out. Up next, we have the United States title match. It is going to be the new champion, Apollo Cruz, going up against Andrade. We're seeing a little bit more dissension in the ranks of Zelina Vega's group. We saw it with Austin Theory. They ended up kicking him out of the group. Now we're seeing a little bit more dissension between Andrade and Angel Garza to go along with it. I think that's going to kind of play a role in this particular match, and I think with Apollo Crews just getting that title, I don't see them taking that title off of him quite yet to go along with it. So I am going to go with Apollo Crews going over in this match and keeping the United States Championship. Up next, we've got the Women's Tag Team Championship match. It is going to be Sasha Banks and Bayley going up against Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss, going up against the Iconics. Now, they did just put those titles on Alexa, or not on Alexa, but on Bayley and Sasha again. They just put them on them about a week ago, which kind of led you to believe that they would not be losing these titles, at least not quite yet. Also, they are advertising a women's tag team title match on NXT. I'm not sure who they're going to really want to go down there. They are facing a babyface team, which kind of leads you to believe that either the Iconics are going to win and take those tag titles, or Sasha Banks and Bayley are going to keep the tag titles. I'm going to go with Sasha Banks and Bayley on this one. Over this last week, they've won, and the Iconics lost in this as well. On Raw, the Iconics and Sasha Banks and Bayley lost that tag match with Charlotte and Asuka. But later on in the night, the Iconics laid out Sasha Banks and Bayley, and then on SmackDown, they got Sasha Banks and Bayley got laid out by Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss to go along with it during their celebration. So it leads me to believe that Sasha Banks and Bayley are going to find their way of victory, maybe continue on this storyline with a little bit more dissension. You didn't see anything on SmackDown, but I imagine they'll do something on Sunday to go along with it, to continue on with that storyline. So we'll see how that one ends up playing out. I'm going to go again with Bayley and Sasha Banks for this one. Up next, we have the handicap match. It is going to be for the Universal title. It's going to be Braun Strowman going up against John Morrison and The Miz. I don't really see, even with the 6-man tag into factor here, with Miz and Morrison and Dolph Ziggler going up against Heavy Machinery and Braun Strowman on SmackDown, with Heavy Machinery and Strowman going over, I don't see them taking that Universal title off of Braun quite yet. Just doesn't seem like the proper type of match. And they did do something like this already with Braun this year, where they had him lose the Intercontinental title in a handicap match. So I'm going to go with Braun Strowman to take the victory and keep the Universal title on this one. Up next, we have Asuka going up against Nia Jax for the Raw Women's Championship. Again, this is an area where, you know, Asuka just got that title after Money in the Bank. Now, yes, it's been about a month, but there hasn't been any real title defenses or anything like that. Asuka's just been great during this entire quote unquote the empty arena era, as some people are kind of quoting it as being. But during this portion of time where we haven't really had a crowd of people that are, you know, just normal fans, it's been, you know, the only time of the crowd that we've had so far has been with wrestlers, with the NXT students or NXT stars to go along with it. With that being said, I don't think they're going to take that title off of Asuka on this one. So I'm going to go with Asuka to pick up the victory in this one and keep that Raw Women's title. And it looks like she's going to be probably going up against Charlotte next. And will be interesting to see what they decide to do with that particular feud going down the line. Up next, what can you say? It's supposed to be the greatest match ever. It's the greatest match ever. It's Edge and Randy Orton. Do I think this is going to really be the greatest wrestling match ever? Probably not. Probably not. I mean, to be seen how good it is. From what all indications are, without them giving away anything, is that they did try to go out there and have the best match that they possibly can. And I hope this match actually is just an excellent match to go along with it. And then they can also have that whole tagline of greatest match ever or anything to go along with it. Will I personally think that be the case? Probably not. But that's a high bar to set, because my 1 and 2 right now are both WrestleMania matches, with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage at WrestleMania 3, and the first Shawn Michaels Undertaker match at WrestleMania 25 to go along with that. Those are like my 1A and 1B best matches ever to go along with it. So I don't think it's going to be that. It's been an interesting tagline, especially with the factor that they've decided, like, originally Edge thought it was a joke, and then it's like, no, they're being serious. Dang it, they're being serious with that one. And both of them have kind of played it off on Twitter as jokingly about that as well. But it'll be an interesting one to see how this match pans out. It is, like I said, it's apparently already been recorded. That might have been the only match that had been recorded on that for Backlash on Sunday. I don't know on that one. For all we know, the entire show was recorded to go along with it. But overall, I expect this to be a good match. Hopefully, it's an excellent match to go along with that. But I'm going to go with Randy Orton on this one. Edge got one over on Randy Orton at the Royal Rumble, which led to the beginnings of the feud to begin with. Then Edge won at WrestleMania. I feel like they're going to probably have a third style of match. I don't know what type of match that they're going to go with on that one, but I see Orton winning this match to go along with it. With the factor of it being recorded already, I imagine the match went longer, but there was a lot of jokes going around. It's like, this should just be like the shortest thing that they could possibly do, where like a bell rings, Randy Orton, does a low blow to Edge and then RKO and done. And it's just done. Mm-hmm. But I doubt that's going to be the case, considering that they've already recorded this particular match. The good thing on that is that no spoiler has come out on the actual match itself to go along with it. So this brings us to the last match of the night, which is going to be Drew McIntyre going up against Bobby Lashley. It is the WWE Championship match, and you know what? It will be an interesting one to see how they decide to play this out. I don't see them taking the title off of Drew McIntyre yet with this one. I think he's been doing everything he can during this entire time frame. It's hard to judge what's actually going on and like who's doing good and who's not, because there's no fan reactions live there in the crowds to go along with it. You only have the NXT people doing any type of the reactions or anything to go along with that. Now, obviously, you can go off any type of social media or anything to go along with that as well on that one. But I don't think they're going to necessarily do that. I liked what they've done with Bobby Lashley so far in the terms of rebuilding him as a massive force. They've made him feel like a legitimate contender going into this match. Again, I don't think they're going to take that title off of Drew quite yet, but I guess you never know. You never know. They may play the whole aspect, ratings are down, let's try something new, and then have Bobby Lashley take the WWE title. Don't think that's going to be the case in this particular match, so I'm going to go with Drew McIntyre to pick up the victory, keeping the WWE Championship. And that is all the matches that I've got for this upcoming Sunday's Backlash. If you did like the content that you've seen here, again, my Twitch page was where this was done live at. It will be down in the description. But also, if you like the content over here on the channel, do give a like, share, subscribe. Any kind of support to the channel will be greatly appreciated. And with that being said, take care, stay safe, stay healthy, and have a great rest of your night.